Let's talk about advertising and sales strategy for a couple of minutes. In your simulation, you can create ads. And in your design of your ads, you will have certain forms that you need to fill out. The most important message of your ad should be first. The least important message comes last and is also smallest. The order of your priority implies the importance of the message to the customer. And the order of priority tells your ad agency what to stress in the ad. So make sure that as you create your ads, you are really focusing first and foremost on what it is that you want to stress for the customer. And please recall that I talked about customers seeking benefits. So make sure that you have the benefits of the customer in mind. That, of course, has to be synchronized with what the design of your brand really does. Just a couple of examples. Look at this ad. If you look at the ad, you think it's too cluttered. You probably do, because you really don't know where to go and you really don't know what's really important. If you look at it, you have 73 total interface elements on one page. That is going to be taking too much time and too much effort by the customer to really look at it. Unless the customer is a professional who looks at CNET for specific information all the time and is used to their layout and therefore knows exactly where he or she wants to go to figure it out, this is going to be not conducive to an effective transmission of information and getting people interested. Another example, this one not out of the technology sphere. Look at this and see whether you find it to be better than the first one. It's less cluttered, and it's of course looking at sale at this point. So if you look at these examples, and this now is one that has only a little bit information. This is kind of an example of a medium clutter stimulus, medium quantity of information, proximity and intrusiveness of the interface elements. You can see these things are better. And last but not least, this is a low clutter ad where you have low quantity of proximity and intrusiveness of the interface elements, and therefore probably a very fast turnaround and interest level by potential customers looking at the ad. Look at these examples that I just provided and make sure that you keep them in mind as you're looking at developing your ads. Remember, you're at the beginning of a market development, therefore customers need to be taken as not really knowing what they want, and therefore you need to create an interest that is definitely conducive of going further into the ad and checking you out. So, how much should we say in an ad? Listing the number of benefits. You need to figure out what response function is at work. Is more information better? Or is there an inverse U function where more information is better up to a certain point, and then the more information you put past that point, the less effective the ad becomes? Personally, I think that's where we are. So there needs to be enough information that customers can understand the benefits they would gain from your product, but not too cluttered that they lose interest in your ad. Next question is, how much shall you advertise? How often? And again, what's the response function here? If you don't schedule enough advertisement, you don't create enough awareness for your brand. If you schedule too much, you actually have diminishing returns. You saturated the awareness level of your potential customers, and you're still spending money on additional advertisement when it's really not necessary. People are aware of your brand. Of course, it's not as easy because you know that your company is competing with others and they will spend money on ads too. So if another competitor has very strong advertising, they might actually steal customers from your company. So when you see competitors advertising very strongly, it's probably a necessity for you to increase your ads as well. Let's talk about sales. Let's talk about salespeople. Again, like in ads, it's a response function at work. If you don't have enough salespeople, you are not going to increase or not going to generate enough demand. If you have too many, especially at the beginning, when you don't have huge markets but limited markets, you actually might have salespeople who are chasing too few customers, and therefore their time is not effectively spent. Be careful though. The response function for salespeople is dynamic, as it is also for advertisements. Because we are developing the market over the next 7 quarters, the number of salespeople that you have to create enough demand in a growing market is going to increase. So while we have a function that might have too few to do any good, too many to chase too few customers, that function is lifting every quarter with the number of customers in the marketplace.